Allan, Blain here. I want to talk to you today about how to view success teams properly so that we maximize our results with success teams. And I want to start by just using a quick analogy, a sports analogy, because sports are near and dear to my heart, being a former college baseball player. But I'd like to use the analogy of a swimmer that I think most everyone should know, Michael Phelps, multiple medalist in the past several Olympics. But I want to say this. I think everyone understands no world-class athlete or any high-level athlete ever expects to win gold or expects to compete at a very high level without preparing to win. And in business is no different. These success teams are set up to help you prepare to win in business. And I like thinking about someone like Michael Phelps and all those mornings when his alarm clock must have gone off at 3:30, 4 a.m. and he had accountability, as a success team is our accountability in business. He had accountability to his team, probably his trainer or coach or physical therapist. I imagine he had to be with this trainer and be at the gym at, let's just say, 4 a.m. in the morning. I imagine there were days he didn't feel like he felt like hitting the snooze button on the alarm clock, right? I know there's been days like that for me. But what did he do? He had a goal. He had a big enough vision that he chose to put himself in an environment with accountability, with the team, so that on those days when he did not feel like doing what he knew he needed to do and wanted to do and should do, he would do it anyway, right? And this goes for any world-class athlete and any very successful business person. So the success team is our accountability. For Michael Phelps, his accountability was his trainer, his coach, his physical therapist. And those days were grueling. I'm sure they were very grueling, between time in the pool and weightlifting and cardio. Well, probably cardio, but stretching classes, and I could imagine meditation, and who knows what all went into visualization. All went into a full day for someone like that. But number one, he put himself under accountability. All world-class athletes do, okay? And that's what we need to do if we want to perform our best, and that's how the success team one of the roles it plays. Accountability to our teammates, accountability to the facilitator of the team, accountability first and foremost to ourselves, okay? Secondly, and by the way, nobody made Michael Phelps go for gold. Nobody made him set goals that he set years ago. Nobody made him put himself under that stringent training schedule. He chose to do that because he knew that was the path to get him to where he wanted to be. And each of us have goals and dreams. And with a dream has been said, it's been said, a goal without a plan is just a dream. And most dreams don't come true. But a goal with a plan can and likely will come true if we follow it consistently each day. And that's what the success team is designed to do. Secondly, the success team provides for accountability to tracking our results daily, weekly, and that can be added up to accumulate for monthly and yearly and quarterly. But daily tracking our results. Can you imagine Michael Phelps? Someone might say, well, I don't want the pressure of tracking. I don't want the pressure and the stress of keeping track of who I talk to each day and how many follow-ups and how many invites and how many new relationships I start. Get this. Imagine Michael Phelps. He probably didn't really want to know his times. He probably didn't want the stress of knowing his times, especially if they're below the mark he needed to be at to be on world-class pace. But can you imagine him telling his trainers, don't tell me my times. Don't tell me my times. I don't want to know them. Just let me go swim every day, and we'll get to the Olympics and see how it goes. Of course he wouldn't do that. No world-class athlete in their right mind would do that. They would want to know their times. They would want to know what strokes he's weak in, where he needs to make improvements, where he needs to spend more time. Likewise, that's what the tracker does for us if we use it properly, right? Is it going to be some pressure? Yes. Is it going to expose weaknesses? Of course. But it's absolutely imperative to showing us and being a mirror of showing us if we're on track with our activity or not. Now, how does Success Tracker points relate to Achievers Club points? Because it's measuring two different things. And it's very important that we understand these two different things. One is measuring, the Success Tracker is measuring the seeds that we plant, the level of activity that we are doing over here, planting the seeds. Let's picture it as a tomato garden. We're planting the seeds. We're pulling the weeds. That's the follow-up. That's the initial invites. That's building relationships, the inviting formula. We're fertilizing. We're watering. Okay? Then the Achievers Club points is tracking the tomatoes we're harvesting off the plants, the fruit that's being yielded. Now, there's a big problem. If we have a high number of Success Tracker points and a very low number of Achievers Club points, like we're never getting an Achievers Club, 5, 10, or 15, there's a problem. Wouldn't there be a problem if you were gardening and 6 months later you'd planted a high volume of seeds, cultivated, weeded, watered, fertilized, yet you had 1 tomato on the 12 vines that you planted, or 12 plants? That would be a problem, right? And then we would need to reverse engineer where the problem is occurring. But without tracking, we wouldn't even know if we had a problem in this business oftentimes. And we surely wouldn't know where the problem lies if we're not tracking. So the Success Tracker points tracks the activity. The Achievers Club points tracks the harvest, right? And the two go hand in hand. So I believe that it's very important to know that when we're doing things right, okay? So that it does produce the results, just like in gardening or farming. And if one person has 180 Success Tracker points week after week after week, but is never in Achievers Club yet there could be someone else that maybe has 120 points every single week after week after week, yet is in Achievers Club. There's a problem with the person that has 180 points and is never in Achievers Club. And that's the conversation of quantity versus quality. Okay? They may be talking to a lot of people, but they're doing something wrong. Maybe, people can smell commission breath a mile away. So maybe they're talking to a lot of people. Maybe they're viewing people as numbers. Maybe they're not really caring about the other person's best. Maybe they're following up or talking to someone just to get a point on the Success Tracker. That's a problem. That's a problem. Likewise, it's as big a problem, or another big problem, to continue to talk to the same people over and over again and say you're building a quality relationship and having a quality conversation, which may be true, and neglect all the other people out there that are literally searching for the miracle we have in our mouth, the miracle you have in your mouth. So to neglect the Success Tracker points and under the guise, or masquerade of quality is also a big mistake. So don't fall into either one of those two ditches, all right? Neither one of those two extremes are good. The ultimate, depending on how quick you want to get to your goals and dreams, is have a high level of Success Tracker activity, but also have a matching high level of Achievers Club points. And that is the perfect marriage. And if you're doing that, then you're doing it right. You're viewing people as people. You're caring about others best. You're going through inviting formula. You're discovering needs. You're building rapport. You're inviting. You're following up. People know you're genuine. People know you're real. People know you care. People may know you're on a mission and you're passionate about it and you have urgency, but they know it's real and genuine and that you care. And that's why you're in Achievers Club. That's why people are joining you. That's why people are signing up. And that's why people's lives are being improved in the process. So don't get confused between the two, and don't think that you can't have a high level of Success Tracker points and not still be viewing people as people with hearts, souls, and caring about their very best, because it's absolutely possible. And I hope that's helpful. And I would also just close by saying, and I think success teams are imperative. The accountability, the tracking, the encouragement, the camaraderie, imperative for any of us who want to play at our very best level, whatever that level is, that want to play at our very, very best and achieve our goals and dreams, and not just create dreams with no plan and never hit them. So hope that's helpful. Until next time, make it a great day and go out there and have some quality conversations, but not at the expense of quantity. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.